just for a moment, I want you to ask yourself the question, what motivates you? Are you someone who's motivated by not getting it wrong, or someone who's motivated by wanting to get it right? I know there's only a subtle difference between the two, but just think about it for a moment. Are you more about not wanting to get something wrong, or are you more about really wanting to get it right? See, Jesus is invited in Luke chapter 14 to a rather posh dinner party or a Sabbath lunch with a prominent Pharisee, we're told. And when he gets there, this is chapter 14, verse 1, we're told they're carefully watching him, no one else is speaking, and they're wondering what he's going to do. Let me pick up the story in sentence 2. It says, there in front of Jesus was a man suffering from an abnormal swelling of his body. Jesus asked the Pharisees and the expert in the law, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath or not? But they remained silent. So taking hold of the man, he healed him and sent him away. Then he said to him, if one of you has a child or an ox that falls into a well on a Sabbath day, will you not immediately pull it out? But they had nothing to say. See, there was actually this set of rules that the Pharisees, the religious leaders, had created, a kind of safety net around God's rules, which stopped all sorts of activities happening on this special Sabbath day. And one of them was that you were not allowed to heal someone unless their life was at risk. You could not offer any medical intervention. Well, Jesus blows that human rule out the water here, doesn't he? There's a man suffering from an abnormal swelling of his body. I have no idea what that actually might have been. It's written by Dr. Luke, so no doubt he, as a doctor, had a very clear idea of what was wrong with this man. But there's no sense that his life is at risk. The rules would say he could be left for the next day, not dealt with right then. But Jesus is not motivated by not getting it wrong in the eyes of the human beings who are around him, even when those eyes are hoping he's going to trip up and make a mistake. He's motivated by doing what is right. He knows that God is a God of compassion. He knows that if your child or your ox was in a disastrous situation, you'd do something about it because that's the right thing to do. And the right thing to do here is to help this person if he has the power to help him, which of course Jesus does. So I want to ask you again a little bit, what motivates you? Are you motivated by a fear of not getting it wrong? What if I break a rule? What if I step over a line? What if I bend a regulation? Or are you motivated by wanting to get it right by God? What would God want me to do in this situation? Another way of putting it is that mercy always trumps religion when it comes to Jesus. I wonder if you just spend a moment thinking about your motivations through the lens of this little story.